Hello guys, welcome to this week tutorial. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a fantastic week. This week tutorial will be creating a fancy black card. It looks like you guys like my tutorial on how to create black card. And a couple years ago, 2 years ago, I created this tutorial on creating a responsive black card, and you guys really like it. That's my most viewed video on my channel. I create this fancy black card. You guys seem to like it. So this week we're gonna be creating another animated fancy black card. So let me show you the demo of the finished project. So this is the card right here, as you can see right here, this big card. On the left we had the image, and on the right we had the text. And once we hover over the text, you can see how this animation, this one got, the image got smaller, the text got more space. Okay, so there are gonna be two versions. This is the version 1. Okay, so the second one, it looks like this. We hover over it, the image disappear, and we had the content appear right here. Okay, we had this side right here, for example, the category, how many view and how many likes right here. Okay, so that's what we're gonna be working on this week. Tutorial gonna be quick and short tutorial. I hope you like it. If you're new here, welcome. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay guys, welcome back. So this week tutorial, we're going to be creating this fancy black animated blog card. Again, you can see right here. So it's going to be very responsive. There will be a link in the description where you can download the source code of complete project. Okay, so I have my HTML boilerplate already open right here. So I'm going to start from scratch right here. And if you're liking this kind of tutorial, feel free to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon and hit the like. Also, help the YouTube algorithm to recommend this video to other people that might like it as well. Okay, I will create a div with a class code. So we got two versions. We had this horizontal that go from left to right, and we had the top to bottom one, the vertical. So let's start with the horizontal. Had a class code, another class called dash horizontal, like this. Inside here, I'll create my code header, like this code header. Inside of my code header, I'll use an image. Put my image right here. Go to the img folder and look for post.jpg. Again, there's a link in the description where you can download finish the complete project. Okay, so after this one, I'm gonna create my code body, which will hold the contents like this. And inside of code body, we have, go right here, we have this tab section and this content, the title, the excerpts, and the button right here. So we're gonna create this one first. So I'm gonna give it a wrapper around the div called post meta, like this. So here I'm gonna create another div with a class called icon, text, like this. And I'm gonna be using the remix icon with the class ri briefcase, like this line. So that's be my icon. And for the text, I'm gonna put user interfaces, like this. Okay, save it. We come here, we get it right here. Okay, so I'm gonna duplicate this one, create a second one. Okay, and for this one, it's gonna be EYE. Okay, and it's gonna be 1.2K. Okay, so if you guys have any question, feel free to leave in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to help you. If you're liking this tutorial, feel free to hit the like button for your YouTube algorithm. If you are not already done so, I would appreciate that if you hit the subscribe button as well. So duplicate this one again. For the third one, it's gonna be thumb up dash up, and this one will be 623. So I say this, then we have it right here. Okay, so after our post meta, I'm gonna put static comment right here. It's good idea to comment your code. So let's say a couple months from now, you come back, you know exactly where things are located. Okay, so at this, come down here. Now I'm gonna create a content. So working on a content which hold the title and the step and the button. Okay, so for our content, give it a class of post content, and I put a heading 1 each one here, and I put a title, the power, just like that. Okay, and after this one, create paragraph where low run 45, so 45 word. Now create my button anchor element with a class called button btn, and for the text content I'm going to write read article. Okay, so this is what we got. Okay, so that's the horizontal, and this one right here. Now for our vertical, it's gonna be the same markup HTML, just that the CSS is gonna be different. So let's create a markup for the vertical very quickly. So I'm gonna collapse this one, and I'm gonna copy the code right here and paste it down here, and this will be vertical instead of horizontal. Save this. So get the second one right here. Okay guys, also guys, I would like to know like what's your programming experience, how long have you been like programming? If you like to let me know, feel free. So that's BL for the HTML. Now we start working on the CSS. So I'm going to open up my CSS right now. Okay, for the CSS, I just had the basic styling, just basic reset. Okay, styling right here. So I have my container, all of that. So after the container, we start styling the code. So I'm gonna grab the code class like this and give it a background color to be the off-white variable. Had the variable right here, CSS variable. So I set with off-white. Set the border radius to be 0.6 rem, and give it a back shadow, and the back shadow be 0.2 rem, 1.2 rem, and RGBA, and it's gonna be 0 for the red, 0 for green, 0 for the blue, and for the transparency put 0.15. Save this. We get something like this, as you can see. And after our back shadow, we're gonna set the overflow to be hidden, because we want to set a face height and give it a height of 60 rem like this. So everything is closed. So I'm gonna comment this one out for now, the overflow, and we'll come back to it later. So I save this, as you can see. Okay, now after that one, give a little bit of space between this one and so I'm just on the code not last type. I just want to give a little bit margin on the bottom of this first code. So here I'm going to say margin bottom to be 4 rem. Save this. So you got a little bit of space. Now you can see this one is sitting on top of this because of the image. Okay, but we're gonna fix all of that. So after this one, I'm gonna select my code header, set this overflow to be hidden, border radius to be 0.6 rem, and the height to be 30 rem. Now you can see. And after my code header, I'm gonna select the image inside of it. So style it as a code header and select the image inside of it. Set the width and the height to be 100%. Save this. Now you can see it's stretched out, but the picture love very pixelated stretch. So we're gonna fix that by using object fit to be cover like this. Now it look nicer. Okay, so that's the code header and a code header image. And after that, we're gonna start styling the code body, which is this one right here. So select my code body, give it a padding or 2 rem all around. Give it a display of flex. Set of flex direction to be column. Say justify content to be center. So save this. Now you get this right here. Okay, now this is overflowing, that's why I'm gonna fix all of that. Okay, now we start styling this post meta. Okay, so come down here, say post meta like this. Set a display to be flex. Set a gap to be 2 rem like this. Okay, so it puts space in between them. Okay, and set that to be align item center. Now I'm gonna do the same thing for the icon text, which hold the icon and the text content. So I'm just gonna select that here as well. So icon text, but there's a too much space here, so I'm gonna select the icon text again here and change override the gap from 2 rem to 1.2 rem. Now you can see. And after this one, set a font size to be 1.4 rem like this, as you can see, and set our text transform to be uppercase, and then the color to be the gray variable. So I save this, we get this. Okay, now I'm gonna add some border between. I forgot to do it for the finish project, but I'm gonna add some border in between here. So for all of this except for the last one, so I'm gonna get my icon text like this. I say that not last of type, set a border the right to be 0.2 rem solid and a gray variable. Save this. Now you can see the it's touching, so we need to add some padding to this individual. So all we have to do, just set a padding right to be 2 rem, no, not 2 rem, 1.2 rem, 1.2 RAM. Now you can see. Okay, so that's the post method right here. After that one, I'll move to the content, post content, which wrap around these two. So say post dash content, set a margin tab to be 2 RAM like this. Now set a heading 1 h1, set a margin, no, not margin, font size to be 3.8 RAM, and the line height to be 1.2. Save this. Now you can see right here. Now after that one, set our paragraph. Post and then paragraph, and I just want to give it a margin top and bottom, 2 RAM top and bottom, and 0 left and right. Okay, now after that one, select our button and style the button. Okay, so come down here, set up btn like this, set up padding 2 RAM all the way around, text decoration to be none, font size to be 1.8 RAM like this, border radius to be 0.6 RAM, background color to be the primary, and a color of whites. Save this, as you can see right there. And after that one, set it to be display inline block, inline block. Give it a transition, a box shadow, zero 0.3 second ease and out like this. Save it. Now you can see the margin here took effect, because by default this is inline, so the margin does not affect it. But when we set it to be inline black, now the margin affects it. So now do the hover and a focus for the button. Hover, like this, and set up box shadow to be 0x 0y 0 blur and 0.6 RAM for the spread, and it's gonna be my hover variable. Save this. Now you can see we hover right, we get this outline right here. Okay, now let's go back to the tab and uncomment this overflow heading. I'm going to uncomment it. So I save this. Now the overflow is taking effect again. But if you take a look at the frame project, when we are on smaller devices, as you can see, it's stacked one on top of the other, the horizontal just stack. There's no max height for it. Okay, so because of that, this is gonna affect our mobile. Okay, mobile, all of this gonna be mobile. So for the code horizontal, we're gonna reset height, because by default we all had the code have a default height of 60 RAM, so 600 peso. So here we're gonna reset it for the horizontal. So code dash horizontal and give it the height of auto like this. As you can see, this is the French. as you can see right here. But if we do not specify the auto, see, it's hidden. But now specify the auto right here. Okay, now it doesn't need to be this on all screens. For example, when we get here, we want to shift it to be 2 columns side by side. Okay, and so because of that, we're gonna go to our media query, this 553 right here, and we're gonna change the display for this chord horizontal. So it's a chord horizontal and display to be flex like this. Save it. So we get back here, we get it like this, but don't worry, we're gonna fix it soon. Then our chord horizontal, we're gonna select our header. So chord horizontal, chord header, and can give it the same width, no, not the same width, same height the chord had by default, which is 60 rem. So say height 60 rem like this. As you can see, now we're going to work on the sizing for the width. So for that, we want to be, since it's flex, so the chord header and the chord body both are flex item, we're going to give them a flex on 1. So we will take equal width. So as a chord horizontal, set a chord header, and I'm going to do the same thing for the chord body, and it's going to be flex 1. I can see we have equal width. Now when we hover over it, and this one, you can see this one got smaller and this one got bigger. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a transition or 0.3 second ease and out like this. And after this one, I'm gonna add a hover effect to it. So chord horizontal and the body, so chord body hover, I say flex 1.5 and just see. Now you can see. Now let me make it bigger. As you can see. Okay, now let's work on the vertical one. So I'll be string this one to here, and I'll go back here. After this horizontal auto right here, I will set my vertical. First of all, make it a little bit smaller, too wide. So chord vertical, I'll set a max width to be 50 rem, just like that. And then from there, I'm gonna start the header for this one, because I want to push it, as you can see, all the way to the bottom right here. So I say chord vertical, set the chord header side of that, and set the height to be 54 rem, and set the transition or 0.3 second ease and out. So if I say this now, I see everything got scooped away. We don't have this left. Okay, but once we hover over this chord, we want it to show up. So copy this, duplicate it, duplicate this, and once we hover over the chord vertical, we want to set the height of the chord header to be 0. Save this. So when we hover it, I can see. Hover it. Okay. So that's it for this tutorial. If you like it, I will appreciate it if you hit the like button. And if you have not already done so, I would appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button as well and hit the bell notification icon so you won't miss my tutorial. So that for this way we create this nice looking code right here. I can see when it's nice animation in this version. When we hover, everything show up right here and the image is hidden. Okay, and this nice hover effect for the button right here. Okay, thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a great week. Until then, have a great one and take care. Bye.